What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading, and we are back. We are back with another daily trade review. Gonna be reviewing trades from another green day. Decent day in the market. We were in the market for maybe an hour this morning. Didn't want to overstay our welcome. Took some good trades. I think we had one red trade out of the trades that we took today. First trade, we took it right at market open, and it actually went to target, but we didn't make target. And that goes back to a few videos. I made the comment that 2R is what I need to be getting out of these trades. And that's actually kind of stretching it on some of these trades nowadays, to where I got out of a trade today getting 1R, and I was not upset at all taking 1R out of that trade, just because we're not getting those explosive moves. And it's just, let's get what the market is giving us. Let's compound that and let's make some money. So we actually made 3R today. Should have been a 4R day. I will say that, because we did leave a little money on the table on that first trade. But let's go ahead. Let's get the thumbnail watch list pulled up. Let's get inside of TRADERVUE and let's get those trades reviewed. So come on, let's go. All right, so there we have the thumbnail watch list. Had a fairly full thumbnail watch list today, as you can see. At Tesla, got a trade in on Tesla. SDIG, took a trade on that one. Netflix, nothing. SI, look at the move that thing made this morning. It's a $10 move I'm just looking at. Didn't get a trade on that one. Spread has just been crazy on that thing, and I kind of got caught in it yesterday, so I didn't really mess with it today. Coin, we got a trade in on Coin as well today. We had MARA, nothing on that one. DRCT, took that one off market open. Decent money on that one. And that's one that I want to kind of review a chart with y'all on that one, if we can, when we go to reviewing it. That something I think is interesting. So we'll leave it at that. We got Meta, Facebook, took a trade on Meta, green on that one. AMC, again, AMC on the watch list, but didn't plan on trading it. I am actually in a call option on AMC in my retirement account. So just trying to keep an eye and seeing what it's doing. Actually, and also have some stock in that one that I have some covered calls on. So just keeping an eye to see what it's doing. And then shorts, we had 4 today. We had XPEV on the short list. Didn't get a trade on that. BKR, SE, and XOM. Those are what we had on the short list. Nothing. We see that they kind of dropped down and then faded back up. So did not take any trades there. And then we have the markets, just to see what the markets were doing. Off the open, choppy, no real sense of direction. Can't tell if a stock has a bias to it or not, because the market did not have really a bias one way or the other. So that was our thumbnail watch list, and we'll go ahead and get over into TRADERVUE and look at the details. All right, and there goes the TRADERVUE. We are reviewing trades for, let's get that up there, Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. We took 6 trades today. Closed P&L 155.04 cents. First trade out the blocks, DRCT. Look at what time we got in that trade. 9:30 and 5 seconds. We got in that trade right when the market opened. And we'll take a look at that one and see why. Again, like I said, this is going to be one that I want to actually review a chart and go a little deeper in on it as well. This is also the one that we missed out on 50 bucks. The $50 mistake, as the title says. Next trade, Tesla. See, we lost 35 on that one. This one here, I think this was a good entry. I think it was a good entry. It just didn't work for us. Coin, we got out basically flat. SDIG, same thing. A little money on it. Meta, got 1 R out of the trade on that one. That's that one where I said, I'm not mad getting 1 R out of this trade. I have to have my expectations set at a particular place, the way that this market is right now. And this particular trade, I feel that it met expectation. And then Tesla. Tesla made 77 bucks on it. So if you look, we didn't hit target on any of these trades today, but we made 3R. We made 3R. And that's the important thing, is that we still making money. Still making money. But let's go ahead. Let's look at DRCT before we get into Thinkorswim. 200 shares on this one. If you look at the 2-minute chart, you see nothing. You look at the 5, you definitely not going to see nothing, because we got in this thing just a couple of seconds in. Even the 1 minute is not going to show anything, because we did not have a pattern. Or did we? But look at this thing here. This is what really kind of chaps my hide, y'all. Maximum unrealized gain on this thing was 102.22 cents. Had we had our upper bracket where it was supposed to be, we would have hit target on this. Thing was, when we got in this, we set our stop amount. We set where we wanted to stop out at, and then the default upper bracket was still in place. So when we got in the trade, it still had that default in there. I never did go up to check it. And then as the trade was going on, I kind of scrolled up there and I'm like, dog it, this thing had actually went up and hit target. But my actual bracket was set at $120. So that's why we had a maximum unrealized of 102 and we only made 50. That was a honest error on my part, and something that I learned from, to say, okay, nope, we can't do that again. Let's look at Tesla real quick. All right, we'll look at Meta. Let's see what the max unrealized on that one was. Max unrealized 79. So it came close, And look, we actually see that it pulled back and it would have gotten on up there to target. This was expectation. You hear me say expectation? It was because we had this area right here on the chart. That was the expectation. But let's go ahead. Let's actually get into TRADERVUE where we can actually look at these charts. So if you have not already, please hit the like button. Then you can hit the, I guess that is the thumbs up button. Like button, thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. But let's go ahead. Let's jump into this first one. DRCT. And this one, I think, was the top gapper this morning. But we look at this thing. It's not really showing nothing. We got in. Let's go ahead. Let's mark where we got in at. We'll mark where we got out at. We got in at 9:30. So, of course, it's going to be this candle. We got in at 269. Bam, I'm already there. So we got in right there. And we got out at 9:42. So this candle, nope, that tall candle, got out at 294. Let's Get down, 294. Got out right there. We got out because we had put our stop at $50. We had put our stop at 1R. Wasn't because we was coming down right here to VWAP. It was because we had set our stop to $50 after it had already went up here and hit target. That's why we got out right there. But if you look at the 2 minute, it shows nothing. Absolutely nothing. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to convert this chart right here over to the big chart real quick. Getting in right there. Now I'm going to turn on the pre-market and now look at the chart. Now look at it. So this is what I was looking at right as market was going to open. We had this nice wide range candle. I won't even say it's not the best 3-bar play because it's not even highs. You want even highs. But it's getting in. I put my order in for when the market opened. So it was set today. To trigger me in right here. Stop is down below it. That's a 21-cent candle. Had the rounded it up to 25 cents. That's what made it. That's what made the target be a little higher than it should have been. So let's see. We got in at 269. We needed 50 cents out of it. So what's that? 320. A little less than 320. We're hitting target. We're hitting target right there. But because we had rounded it up to 25, it pushed it up a little bit. But that was it. But something else that I wanted to show is market open. This is market open right here. So you had this here and you had this pullback. So if you look at these two candles and you say the pullback should be right here. That's about a halfway pullback for this initial move. If you get in right here, you're thinking that you had a good pullback. You're thinking you had a good pullback, but you have to account for this pre-market. So this thing is very extended. It is very extended into the market open. And it hadn't had time to pull back. A good buddy of mine that I chat with, he ended up getting in right here. He got in right here, and you see he got stopped out in the same candle. But his thought on it was, well, it did pull back half. It's pulling back to the VWAP, so that's good. So we got two things going in our favor. Half retracement to a key area, the VWAP. I'm going to get in right here. I'm going to put the stop right there. Only thing was, and I mentioned it to him, I would have wanted to see this pull back to right here, right around right here. That's about half of this entire move. And it may be a little less than half, but this area would have acted as a little key support. So remember that when you're getting into the pre-market or when you're getting into moves off of the open, I like to account for that pre-market. So in the pre-market, if something is consolidating, and it's been consolidating for an hour in a pre-market, you could play the breakout when the market opened because it's been consolidating. And no different, if you get an extreme move in the pre-market, then you need to account for that as part of the pullback. But I just thought that this would be a nice little something to look at. Like I said, with pre-market turned off, it looks like it was a decent pullback. It looks like it was a decent pullback. But when you turn the pre-market on, you see that this thing was highly, highly extended. So, but that was our first trade of the morning. Nice solid trade out the blocks. Like I said, the main thing on that, just didn't have that target set, didn't have that upper bracket set. And we see once this thing sold, once it hit this high of 320, it just sold off. It was not good, not something that I didn't even really continue looking at it. I know RT had watched it for a little while this morning, trying to find an entry. And I had mentioned, I'm like, this thing is constantly setting lower highs. That was the high. Pulls back, it sets a lower high. Pulls back, sets a lower high. Pulls back, it's in a downtrend. And it's setting fairly equal lows. So depending on which way it breaks, it's going to break. It broke to the downside. So that was DRCT. If you didn't catch that move off of the open, and it wasn't really another pattern there to trade based on my trading plan. But next trade was Tesla. And we'll review both of these Tesla trades. We got in this one at 946. 946, where you at? Right there. We got in this one at 747.69. Man, these candles be so big. I need to clean my computer. This thing is super choppy. Yeah, extremely choppy, y'all. I'm gonna just drop that candle right there. And we know that that's the 747.69 area. So you see Tesla opened, broke previous high of day, came back, and we got in as it was breaking these two candles. Let's look at it over here on the 5-minute chart. I say I thought it was a good trade. Looking at it on the 5-minute, this green candle is in the lower half of this red candle. That's the first thing I noticed. Before I noticed anything else, this green candle is in the lower half of that red candle. There is one reason why I probably should not have and would not have taken that trade. Let's see what we got out of this one. We got out 2 minutes later, 9:48 and 43 seconds, 7:45:50. 7:45. Come on, thing. Man, this computer. I hate computers when they slow and choppy. And mine is slow and choppy right now, y'all. Max unrealized on this one was only $14.24. Max unrealized losses, 35. That's what we lost on the trade. And we see this thing faded down. It definitely would have stopped us out. Once we saw that this wasn't making a move, we were bringing our stop up. And the reason that we stopped out at 35 was on the active ladder. As you can see here, how this shows you this huge volume for this price action. There was a huge price action area, and I put the stop just below it, thinking this should act as support. This should act as support and push the price back up. Just like when we put price action lines on the chart, it should act as support. If it breaks that area, it's going down. So I put my stop just on the other side of it. Sure enough, it broke it. And what did it do? It went down. So good exit strategy on that one. Entry, no, should not have gotten into that trade. Just looking at the 5-minute and evaluating it that way. 2-minute chart, hard to say. It's hard to say. It does look like a flag going down. It does now that I look at it, but it does have some bottom and tails on it too. So that one was a little tricky on. But we're going to review this next Tesla trade, which was our last trade. And if y'all don't watch Jared over at Live Traders, y'all need to check him out. Check out his lecture this week. He actually speaks somewhat on this, about taking a trade, it being a losing trade, and then not looking at the stock anymore the rest of the morning. Not looking at it to take a trade. I don't have a problem getting right back in a trade that I lost on if I could find a decent pattern. But we got in this one at 10.39. We got in at 7.46 and 26 cents. 7.46. Man, I need to restart this computer because this is irking me. 26. So right there, chasing this one. We were chasing. I am not gonna lie. But we gave it a little more wiggle room. We got out of this one at 10.51. Let's find 10.51, y'all. Right here. We got out 7.49.35. This is not one that we just looked at the max unrealized on. I did not know what the max unrealized was on this thing. Max unrealized gains for this one, $94.25. We missed target by $5.75. Think about had we got in this one over here, 5-minute chart, as this thing held the VWAP. We could have got in right there, put the stop down there, definitely would have held and hit target. Two key areas is holding the VWAP and is holding the previous high of day. Two good areas. Those are good confirmations. I don't like to enter just because of the VWAP, but I will use the VWAP as confirmation. And that's showing me good confirmation there. But good solid trade. This one went against us $23. So it went against us a half hour. No big deal. And we made $75 on the trade. After that, nothing really look good. So it was like, let's shut it down. Let's go on and secure these profits. But next trade, coin. Coin has been doing halfway decent lately. And I'm looking at these charts and I'm like, man, coin did its thing this morning. We got in this one at 9.51. 9.51. Keep going. Keep going some more and some more. And some more and some more. 70 and 53. Don't see nothing on that 2 minute. I guess right there as it was breaking this little area here. Let's look at the 5. Let's go over to the 5. So the 5, you had this one little top and tail right here. Look what it did. That right there just shoved it back down. That's wicked. That is wicked. We see once it got above that, it was good. But we got in right there. We stopped out 3 minutes later. 9.53. Got out at 70 and 57 cents. As it was coming back down, stop had been brought to Stop had been brought to break even. Max unrealized on this one, $19.75. Max unrealized against us, 0. We never let it go against us, and we got out making $1. So instead of putting the stop at exactly break even, which I don't like doing, I'll put it a couple of dollars above break even. That's probably a little mind game I play on myself to where if I get out of it, it's still a green trade. That's one. And I'm still covering those little fees and commissions that Thinkorswim or TD Ameritrade is going to charge you. But yeah, that one there, expectation again. If this thing doesn't move and at least go to this area that we have marked on the charts, let's get out of it. As RT and Ross at Warrior Trading likes to say, and I don't really trade that strategy, break out or bail out. It didn't break out, so my stop was to break even. I'm bailing out, and that's what we did there. But we see that this thing came back, and it made a nice move. It went $10. So coin was on the watch list for a good reason. Another thing that Jared mentioned in his lecture today, and that was something that I had mentioned in one of my videos, maybe earlier this week, maybe last week. If a stock is on your watch list, it's on there for a reason. Don't take it off or forget about it just because it don't make the move when you want it to. And this is one of those things. It made the move later on, not off market open. But SDIG, this was another one of those small cap ones that was gapping up this morning. Got in this one, 958. Let's get on over there. We go, 958. We got in this one at $3.03. $3.03. 5 minute or the 2 minute chart. That's about a halfway pullback between there. Actually, no, halfway would have been all the way back down here where it actually came to. Let's not even lie. Let's not even lie. So, said this in another video, shallow retracement, shallow move. And these are all things that I have learned from live traders. Shallow retracement, shallow move. Then it came back to where it needed to rest at, and then it kind of made a move. But we got in right there. We're putting our stop down there. Yep, don't see nothing on the 5 minutes. So definitely was a 2 minute entry. Getting in when it breaks. We put the stop down there. Stopped out of this one a minute later. Actually, same exact candle. I don't know. I may not have. Let's take a peek at this one. Got out at 7:59 or 9:59. I'm sorry, and at 3:05. So right there. I don't think I had my upper bracket set. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Max unrealized on this was, max unrealized was $10. That's what we made. Max unrealized going against us, nothing. Nothing. So looking at this, the only thing I could think of, I did not have that upper bracket set because first area of concern for me was going to be right here. Look at what just this candle did. So this candle right here, the range on it is 10 cents. The high of this candle is 302. What's the high of this candle? 314. So we getting 1 R out of this move right here, just coming up to here. That's 1 R. I don't know. I may have had it set right. I ain't gonna lie now. I may have. This thing may have come up here to 1 R, pushed back, and then I brought my stop to break even, and then I moved it up a little bit once I saw, yep, this thing is done. Again, expectation. So I may have had the stop set right on that one. And then I just brought it down and captured what I could because it did not hold. But again, that would have happened on this down candle. What is this candle? That's 10 o'clock. Yeah, we got out on this candle right here. So I don't know. That's an interesting one there. But We were in that for 500 shares with a 10-cent stop. That's a $50 risk. Yeah, that one's interesting there. That's interesting. That was only a 2-cent move that it made. And it made it in a little over a minute. So I have to make an alert for myself to set my, gotta make an alert to set a reminder to start up OBS. Because I would have loved to seen why that trade played out like that, but that was SDIG. Let's get this last one out the way. We're running long today. I just looked at the time. Last trade, Meta, META. Got in this one. 1021. Let's find 1021 real quick like. It's going to be that candle right there. We got in at 178.50. 178.50 right there. Let's come over to the 5-minute on this one. So we see Meta kind of chopped around the VWAP, and then it got above it. So now I'm wanting to get in right as it breaks this candle. Let's highlight that one. That candle is 83 cents. Did an 85-cent stop on that one. Bought 55 shares. Let me see. 50 divided by 0.85. Yep, showing we needed 58 shares, so I rounded that down to 55. Got in right there. Stop is going to be down here. This thing clear selling. We got out at 1134. We got out on this pullback, 179.42. Got out as it's pulling back. And we see that this thing just pulled back a little bit more, and then it would have went on and hit target. Target on this one, we would have needed $1.70. So 178.50 plus 1.7. We would have needed 180.20. Yeah, we hitting target on this candle right here. So this pullback and that move, and we hitting target. Max unrealized on that one, $79. We made 50. We made 1R. As I stated in the beginning, I was good at the 1R based on expectation, based on this little area right here. But could have brought the stop down to about right here. Because if it doesn't hold this area for support, then it's done. But we didn't even give it a chance. So that's why I like doing these reviews, y'all. I can go back and I can look at these things and see, okay, I can come right here and drop a line. It's not going to let me do it because I got it set to the arrow. But you see where that line is at. Let's let this thing pull back to that area. If it breaks it, then we can go on and get out. We're going to basically get out, break even, or make a little bit of money. And then this thing would have went right on and hit target. But 3R, not bad for the day, not bad for an hour. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We in this one a little longer than usual. Again, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, click all. That way you can be notified anytime I make these videos. And on that note, I'm up out of here. Peace.